it's getting tossed around, and when we start, like, rotating the winds, it is immediately ripped apart from... Oh! Okay, we broke the game. Alright, I am back in BeamNG.Drive, and I'm going to try to simulate a tornado and see what happens to the Dominator and a bunch of other cars. Now you may be wondering, how the heck am I going to create a tornado if these winds are only going in one direction? Well, I believe I might have a solution. It's not perfect, it's not at all scientific, but hear me out. First, I'm going to increase the winds, then I'm just going to rotate it around fairly slowly. This gives us some sort of rotational action happening, and I guess it's somewhat like a tornado. Well, there goes our car. Oh my gosh. And surprisingly, from these early tests, I mean, the Dominator is holding strong, so it's a good sign for the interceptors. Alright, so the next thing we're going to try out is this pickup truck with the extended bed. So, yeah, let's go ahead and increase the winds, and yeah, we'll just kind of give a rotational axis to the whole thing. Oh, wow, it's already starting to roll. But I should mention, this should not give you any confidence to actually go in your car when there's a tornadic event happening. You never want to be there, mainly because of, well, what's just happened to this truck. It has been turned into a giant ball of metal. So that's kind of what the winds from, I believe, an EF5 would do. Okay, so let's imagine we're just doing a delivery, and we see the tornado coming our way, and obviously we run, we get out of the vehicle, we get safe. What happens to the massive cargo van? My guess is it's gonna immediately go flying. This is a giant surface area. It's gonna turn into a sail, basically. Or maybe it'll just rip apart from the wind speeds. We'll find out. So the winds are increasing, and yep, there it goes. Immediately airborne. It's getting tossed around, and when we start, like, rotating the winds, it is immediately ripped apart from... Oh! Okay, we broke the game. Alright, so here we have a very vintage 1950s vehicle. Now, I actually have some high hopes for this. It is a super heavy car, so it's going to take a lot of force to move it. And since it kind of sits low to the ground, that also may help it a little bit. We'll find out. So here we are. Let's go ahead and start increasing the winds. And oh my gosh, it immediately gained lift. And there it goes. It's done. Yeah, the vehicle did not fare... Oh. Okay, well, it hit a fence and the whole body ripped off. And now it's just the frame. All right, we're going to give this another go. And we're going to use something called the lead shed. This is a very heavy, very low-set vehicle. We'll see how it does. Not really hoping out for the best here because of what we just saw, but let's find out. All right, winds are increasing, and all right. Yeah, not good. As expected, this thing is getting tossed around, and as we sort of spin the air around, it is getting lofted and tossed into the ground and just being destroyed. At least the body hasn't separated from the frame. But still, I don't think that this is really going to be anything you can survive, unfortunately. Oh my gosh. Well, I spoke too soon. Yeah, the 1950s era vehicle did not fare very well. So let's move on to something else. All right, so I've got myself a pretty big truck. This is something that, I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen. It might crash the game again, might not. Depends on how the vehicle fares. But it's very heavy. Unfortunately, it's got a lot of space underneath the vehicle, which may do it in. I mean, the air can get underneath there, lift it up, and, yeah, just toss the vehicle. We'll find out. All right, here we go. I'm increasing the winds, and, yep, immediately the air got underneath the vehicle and tossed it. So, yeah, this is, probably not going to end well. Luckily, it seems like the cab is pretty sturdy. Never mind. It's gone. And, yeah, oh my gosh, this might be the most destructive one yet, unfortunately. Alright, so this is a vehicle some of you may have been interested to see against the tornadic winds. It's a sports car, so you would imagine it's very aerodynamic. We'll find out. Here we go, so let's increase the winds, and... Wow, okay. Doing a lot better than all the other ones. It is actually surviving this. Of course, this is a very simple version of a tornado. You'd have a lot of debris flying around and all sorts of stuff like that, but holy cow. The sports car is doing... Oh, well, not anymore. So, yeah, the sports car was doing well until it got air. And as soon as it got air, the wind got underneath it, picked it up, and destroyed it. Alright, so I know you've been waiting patiently, so let's go ahead and test the Dominator. And I think it's going to do similarly to the sports car. Alright, here we go. Winds are increasing, and let's do some rotational stuff there to make it seem like a tornado. And it's spinning. It's okay so far. I mean, it is getting dragged around and dented up by the stuff on the ground. Oh, well. Oh, the doors are kind of freaking out a little bit. That's not super realistic because obviously there wouldn't be air moving into the vehicle, pushing the doors out. All right, we're still spinning. I think we are lasting just about as long or longer than the sports car. But thankfully, the sand is actually preventing the wind from getting underneath. It's sort of dragging through it. Oh, nope. There it goes. Oh my gosh, that telephone pole was pretty close. So we're still spinning the wind around, and I think I'm going to stop it just about here. Yep. All right. Let's take a look at the damage. We have some damage to the skirting on the bottom. But holy cow, it's drivable. I mean, this thing is pretty good. And while I've got this out, I want to thank BSP for letting me use this model. It is not publicly available, but it was really cool to check out. Okay, so since the Dominator survived that, we're just going to witness what a regular car is going to do inside of a tornado compared to the Dominator, side by side. So here we go, winds are increasing, and we'll just sort of spin things around, and yep, the car is already airborne, my camera's freaking out too, but yeah, there's the car, and the Dominator is, you know, sliding around. We'll go into the front view and see what's going on here. Obviously, very dizzying and confusing, but there we are. Let's go ahead and stop it. The vehicle actually did really well, and thankfully it's got a roll cage inside, so it prevents it from getting crumpled up. Now, I'm not sure you'd be able to survive the G-forces in that, but, I mean, the vehicle is intact. But the Dominator held up really well, too, just because of its aerodynamic shape. And for the grand finale here, we're going to put a bunch of vehicles down, and, well, we're going to crank up the winds. Oh my gosh! I didn't even start making it actually a tornado. It was just straight line winds, but holy cow. Dominator, of course, survived that. Oh, well, there goes somebody's tire. Yep, the touring car or the rally car, not good. Not even sure what car that was. This actually did somewhat well for being pretty much a rectangle. Oh. I know what car that is. That's the really old one. That's like the 1920s vehicle. It is reduced to a frame and an engine. So yeah, if there's any vehicle I want to be in this lineup, it's going to be the Dominator. And that makes sense. It was designed to intercept tornadoes, and it clearly does it well in our little simulation here. So with that, I think that's going to be a video there. If you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you all next time, guys. Goodbye.